Okay, good morning and welcome to Iyun Iyun. We're starting the second paragraph of Challah, paragraph Beis, the Mishnah Aleph. Mishnah Aleph says, "Peros chutz la'aretz shenichsu la'aretz chayav mechala." If you have grain that comes from chutz la'aretz, from Ukraine, let's say, Ukraine is a big exporter of wheat, so it comes to Eretz Yisrael chayav mechala. Now, obviously, it wasn't processed yet. Maybe it definitely wasn't needed yet. And the second halacha, yatz mikan l'sham. Let's say it was grown in Eretz Yisrael and went to chutz la'aretz, it went to America. Rekiva poter, we pass on Rekiva. Others mechayer. Rekiva poter, others says it's chayav and challah. Rekiva says it's poter. We pass on Rekiva. And the basis for both of these halachas, it says in the Torah, "Al aretz asher ani meve'eschem shama, shama atam chayav meperos haaretz meperos mechutz la'aretz." In Eretz Yisrael, that is when you're chayav and challah. Now, chayav of challah, the reason being for this halacha is that the chayav and challah is dependent on where it was needed, right? Just like the second halacha in halacha base is talking about grain, right? I'll wait for a second until they take these chairs out, these girls. Basically, the chiyuv of challah, we're going to learn the status of tevel doesn't start. It's not when it grows or when it reaches a shlish of the growth, like onus hamaisros, right? It becomes chayiv, it becomes tevel for trumas hamaisros in a certain sense that you can't eat achilas kva, you can't eat a permanent meal when it reaches part of its growth or it reaches a shlish of its growth, or certain ripenings. Talking about giving Masechas Maisros, right? Chiv and Shumas and Maisros are dependent on when it grows. Fruit trees are when Chanata, when it emerges the fruit, right? Sometimes Yerakos dependent on Lakita. But Challah, the whole Chi of Challah, only when it becomes Tevel, it's not when it's grown. Even when it's harvested, it depends when we're going to learn, it only becomes Tevel when you mix the Kemach, the ground flour, you mix the flour with the water. At that point, it becomes tevel, right? At that point, it's chayav and challah. So all the pasuk is telling you, it's revealing to you, and the chi of challah, tevel starts when you need it. It depends where you are when you need it. If you're in Eretz Yisrael, it is a mitzvah tluya ba'aretz challah, because it says, right, it mentions Eretz Yisrael when it comes to challah, but as opposed to other trumas and ma'asos, which depend on the growth and being connected to the ground, this has something to do with the whole chiyuv of challah only starts once you start kneading it. Before that, there's no status of tevel at all. I think maybe it's self-explanatory based on what we've been saying until now, but it's important to note that this is what this Mishnah is underscoring, is that the chiyuv of challah and the status of tevel, where you're not allowed to benefit before you give from that dough to a kohen, only starts when you need it. Before you need it is considered nothing, and therefore, when the kneading happens, that's when you determine whether it's chayav and challah. If the kneading is in Eretz Yisrael, yes, even if it's grain from chutz la'aretz, and if it was needed outside Eretz Yisrael, even though the grain grew in chutz la'aretz, it doesn't make a difference. Only b'shas lisha, that's the time when it chayav when it becomes chayav, or at least tevel, that you can't benefit from this dough without giving challah to a kohen. I hope you enjoyed today's shir. See you in the next one.